Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into B6 Summer 2023 update from GavsWeatherVids. So here we go again, trying to bring you another summer update. This week we're doing some more March to summer data. This will close the door on March to summer data actually. I shall get on that for you in a moment. Just to say that the first video to say was our 6 AM UK weather forecast. We've got 10 to 14 there coming later on today as well. So you could please like, share and subscribe on all of the videos. And thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Thank you so much, Richard, for our lovely summer updates gift. Thank you so much, Rich, for the gift. We are going to name a crab. Don't worry. I'm going to compile all of the names that you have entered, and we're going to do that on tomorrow's live stream. On tomorrow's live stream, I'm going to put all of the crab names onto the name picker. And we will be naming the crab on tomorrow's live from 8 PM. So hold fire, everyone, and we'll have a name for our crabs soon. But thank you so much. Thank you so much to Richard for the amazing summer updates gift. And thank you so much to Shryan as well. Shryan Bruin for all of the help on the update, getting all the years together for our analogues this year. So thanks so much to Richard Shaw and also to Shryan Bruin. Hashtag Team Gav. I don't know. Yeah. Right, where we're going to start off. I'm feeling better, by the way. I'm feeling a little bit better after being a little bit poorly for a couple of days, but I'm all right today. Right, we're going to start off then with our first set. Now, I've got two sets to go through. The first set we're going to be looking at is UK precipitation, actually. So we had a very dry February, which you see here at the climate anomalies page from the UK Met. So look at this. February 2023 was a really dry month, especially so for England, where it's the extreme northwest Scotland coming out a little bit better. However, watch what happens in March. Total flip around. And March is an exceptionally wet month, again, particularly so for England and Wales, a little bit drier across the northern parts of Scotland. So we have had, particularly England and Wales, a significantly wetter March compared to February, and that is where we're going to start with our first set of analogues, looking at summers following dry March and significantly dry February and significantly wetter March combinations. Hope that makes sense. So we begin with 1963. Summer of 1963 even free, follows a dry February and a wet March. It's quite an unsettled summer with below average heights across northern and also western parts of Europe, so a cooler and more unsettled summer there. Our next summer is 1965, and a little bit alarmingly, this one has been showing up quite a lot in our analogue sets this year. So far, I think. And this is one of the worst summers of the 1960s, which is a pretty notorious decade for bad summers in the first place. But this is right up there with the very worst of them. A very cold, wet summer in 1965. Now, this one's better. This one is a dry February, wetter March combination. This is the summer of 1975, and this is the first of the two hot summers in the drought years of the middle of 1970s. So this is a dry, hot summer, particularly hot in August. Does have some snow at the beginning of June 75, famously. Summer 1981 showing up next. Again, this one is being quite regularly in our summer updates at the moment. This again follows dry Feb, significantly wetter March combination with above average heights out to west of the country and winds coming in from a northwesterly direction. This is a cool, dry summer. A little bit of an unusual combination for summer. If it's cool, it's normally wet, and if it's dry, it's normally hot. But you can get variations on that. This is one of those occasions where we get a variation, and this is a cooler, drier summer in 1981. Just 1 year on to 1982. Next, this is like a bit of a strange. So it has a very wet June, I think, to make it turn drier and warmer. Quite a humid sort of summer in 1982. 1986, again, following a dry February, wet March combination. Of course, February 86 was very cold, as well as being dry. It was a bitterly cold month. Again, this is one of those analogues that doesn't tell you all that much about the summer overall. It's a little bit of low pressure to our west. But the thing with this summer is it has quite a dry, not overly warm, but pleasant June. And then it has an exceptionally cool and wet August in 1986, so very much a front-loaded type summer. Also front-loaded is the summer of 1992. This one with lower pressure away in the Atlantic to our north and west. So the thing with that summer, again, it has like a warm opening to the summer. May and June of 1992 are quite dry, warm months, spending duration July, culminating in quite a cool and wet August. We've got the summer of 1998, which shows up next. This is quite a poor summer, really, with below average heights over to the north and east coast, your mid-Atlantic ridge as well. Winds frequently coming in from a northwesterly direction. It has quite a cool, wet June. July isn't that wet, but it's quite a cool month. The best of the summer is probably August, where there is a little bit of a heat wave in the early parts of August 1998. But overall, it's a pretty poor summer in 1998, particularly for the decade. The 1990s, of course, is famous for having lots of really warm and dry summers. No, it's really 98 and 93 that are the two worst summers of that particular decade. And then we've got a summer of 2008. This is a pretty grim summer, it has to be said, with below average heights across northern and west Europe. There is northern blocking involved in that. The best of the summer is probably in May, actually, of 2008. It does have a warm and dry May, but then the rest of the summer very much starts going down the pan. And it's just a very mixed, very unsettled and quite wet summer. Now, this is the best that we've seen in this analog set. I think this is 2018 with the ring of high pressure covering most of northern and also the northern hemisphere, basically, mid-latitudes of the northern hemisphere. So all of this high pressure going round and round and round and round, circulating this low pressure within the North Pole and Greenland and whatnot. For us, of course, the main thing is the Azores High ridging into northern and western Europe, giving us a very hot June and July combination. Very, very hot July in 2018. August wobbles and so does let slide down a little bit, but it is a hot summer that we have in 2018 and dry summer as well. And then our final year is 2019. They have a dry February followed by a very significantly wetter March. This one with higher pressure to the east, low pressure is out to the west. And so this is like typical of the summers we've had in recent years. There's lots of heat spikes going on with this summer as the low pressure out in the west combines with high pressure to the east to draw up wind from Spain and North Africa. So regular, intense Spanish plume, not just regular Spanish plume, but intense Spanish plumes, lifting the temperatures into the mid to upper 30s Celsius, around 100 Fahrenheit and whatnot. And loads of breakdowns and a little bit of everything, but a very warm summer with regular sort of heat spikes going on. Right, let's put all that together then. So this is how all Junes combined are looking following dry Februaries and wetter Marches. You see in the Junes, we do have a little bit of anticyclone signal actually with some higher pressure around Scandinavia. Excuse me, everyone, some high pressure around Scandinavia and the wind coming in from an easterly direction. Plenty of low pressure to the south, so it could suggest some volatility within these years, those low pressures being perhaps risk of thunder at times into southern areas. All Julys combined, still an anticyclone signal, but high repositions both to be out to our west, so not a clear-cut warm signal for those Julys. But that said, a lot of them could be relatively dry, and in the July sunshine, of course, we will feel very pleasant. August does show deterioration through a lot of these years, with below average heights low pressure across the North Atlantic and northern western parts of Europe as well. So a much more unsettled signal for those August, suggesting that within the analogues package, a front-loaded summer is most likely. And then finally for this set, this is how all summers combined are looking following dry February and wetter March combinations. And it is an overall unsettled signal for these summers, rather interestingly and maybe bizarrely. But bear in mind that June has, and July also does yield an anticyclonic signal. So a lot of that going to be down to what's going on in the August, I would have thought. Right, so that's the first set done. We're going to carry on, though. I don't think we'll stop the video and have a break. I think just carry straight on, so why not? And our next set, our final set of March data reading, is going to be looking at sunshine. So we did also have a very, very dull March, as you can see here again at the climate averages page at the UK Met Office, particularly England and Wales, and particularly the further south you go. Some places across southern England and South Wales only have 30% of their average rainfall, their average sunshine, I should say, during March. That's absolutely atrocious, really. As we go further north, it is a little bit brighter actually. Western Scotland comes away with a slightly above average sunshine figure there at around 110% of their average. Not a particularly big deviation, but certainly looks as though it's a brighter March in the north compared to elsewhere. So we're going to look at summers following the top 10, dullest Marches. Now, 2023 actually just outside the top 10. And that's because of what happened in Scotland, of course. So we've got question marks there, the questions to answer for summer 2023. But getting to the top 10, at number 10, we've got 2013. So the 10th dullest March was 2013. The summer of 2013, however, was a very nice summer. Has a hot July with above average heights across much of northern and also Western Europe. Starts off a little bit cool. June 2013, quite a coolish month, but it does get hotter, much hotter in July. At number 9, we've got 1991. This one with some higher pressure to our southwest. That's the Azores high, of course, some lower pressure to our west and also east. Again, this one doesn't tell you everything you need to know about this summer. It's quite a cool start to summer, actually. June 91 is quite a cold, wet month, and then it gets significantly better later on. So this is actually what we call a backloaded summer, with the driest, warmest weather occurring in August of that summer and going on into September as well to some degree. At number 8, we've got 1960. This is just another one of those pretty grim 1960s summers. So again, a lot of low pressure across much of northern and West Europe. Quite a coolish, wettish summer there. We've got 1981 back again, which is showing up a lot over the last few updates, I have to say. So at number 7, the 7th dullest March is 1981. Remember, all of these are since 1950, by the way, so there might be dollar marches, you know, even dollar march going further back than that, but our analogues packages always from 1950 these days. So, number 7 is 1981. Again, we spoke about it in the first set. It's a cool and dry summer that we had there in 1981 with high pressure centred out to our west. At number 6, we've got 1983. This is a hot summer, genuinely proper hot summer, very hot July that we have in 1983. August is also quite hot as well. Follows a cool wet spring also. So yes, the 6th dullest March was 1983. Followed by the very hot summer of 1983. Lots of thunderstorms in that summer as well. Right, the top 5. At number 5, we've got 1998. It's back again. This one once more with the below average heights over into the east of the country. So we spoke about that first set. It's quite a cool and unsettled summer. And then we've got 1992 back again as well. Front-loaded summer, low pressure away to the northwest. That's a nice May and June, and then it starts to wobble. August is pretty grim. Number 3, we've got 1964. This is another quite unsettled and cool 1960s summer with lower pressure to our north and east. At number 2, we've got 1996. Now, this is my kind of summer. This is so that's a little bit of everything. So not excessively hot, but there are regular mini heat waves, but last 2 or 3 days culminating in nice dramatic thunderstorms, cooler, more unsettled periods in between those heat waves as well, along with warmer, drier weather, and it's just a nice summer. I have fond memories of the summer of 1996. I don't know about anybody else in the comments, but I have fond memories of this summer with a little bit of everything. And again, because it's a little bit of everything type summer, the analog doesn't really tell you what you need to know about this summer. But overall, it's a pretty decent summer. And then at number 1, we have 1984. This is a very good summer as well. It's a little bit of a forgotten summer because it is overshadowed by 1983, which we saw a moment ago, which is a really hot summer. This one, though, is a good, so it's a decent summer, lots of high pressure, domination, dry, warm, regularly warm, dry summer that we have in 1984, following from the dullest March, you know, on records in 1950. Anyway, right, let's put all that together then. And then we're out of here. So at, what am I talking about? All June combined, following the top 10 dullest Marches, looks like that. Nice reach from the Azores high there, suggesting, you know, it's not an excessively hot signal for those Junes, but overall it could be quite a lot of pleasant weather in both Junes anyway. All Julys combined, following the top 10 dullest Marches, anticyclone sitting again over and just to west of the country, so it doesn't, again, suggest like a very hot signal for both July, but anticyclonic dry and warmish signal, and August doesn't look too bad at all either. So following the top 10 dullest Marches, all August combined tends to favour higher pressure. All 3 of the summer months you will notice there favouring higher pressure, suggesting that there could be, you know, a lot of the time, at least very decent weather with these summers, and some of them undoubtedly will be producing hot weather, you know, 83, 2013, for example. Not a bad set of analogues, really. This is how all summers combined are looking following the top 10 dullest Marches. And again, it's an anticyclonic signal with higher pressure close to the country. The low pressure tend to be more away to the north, because there are very unsettled summers in with this as well, as we know, but on average it looks like a pretty decent set to finish off with for our overall March to summer data. Okay, nice little update that, wasn't it? So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please can you like, share, subscribe. Remember, all of these, and you'll be able to see more, you know, summer updates and the summer forecast on the 28th of May. And all of these updates are building up picture forensically until we get to our summer forecast, which, as I said, will be released on the 28th, Sunday the 28th of May. So you could give us a like and you know, sub, comment, all that good stuff, and share. Thank you so much, everybody. Right, that's it for your 6th summer update, Ben. Quite an interesting one. I hope you found it interesting and informative. Thank you so much to Shryan and also Richard, hashtag Team Gav, for the help on this summer update. We're going to be back a little bit later on with a 10 to 14 day update. So come back for that later. For this week's 6th summer 2023 update, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.